Ever felt like life was falling apart, no matter how hard you tried to hold it together? Like every plan you made, every dream you chased, just slipped right through your fingers? What if I told you those setbacks, the ones that break you, might actually be the very things shaping your biggest breakthrough? Today's story will make you see life's twists and turns in a way you will never forget. It all started with a storm, violent winds, crashing waves, and a ship fighting for its life against the ocean. Passengers prayed, cried, and held on as the sea swallowed everything in sight. When it was over, the ship was gone. So were all the people on it. Everyone except one man. Battered, exhausted, clinging to a piece of wreckage, he was tossed by the waves until he finally washed ashore on a deserted island. Alone. No food, no shelter. Just a silent stretch of sand and an endless sky above. In the chaos of his thoughts, he whispered the only words he could. God, please, send help. But days passed, and nothing came. As the days dragged on, reality sank in. No one was coming. The man had two choices: keep waiting for a rescue that might never arrive, or fight to survive. So he went to work. He gathered pieces of driftwood, scraps from the wreckage, and anything the tide washed ashore. With bare hands and stubborn determination, he built a small hut. It wasn't much, just walls to block the wind and a roof to hide from the sun. But it was his only sense of safety in a place where the nights felt endless. Slowly, he learned to live with the silence. Fishing in the shallow waters, cracking open coconuts for food, and holding on to the faint hope that one day he'd be saved. Then one day, everything fell apart. After lighting a small fire to cook his catch, the man left in search of more food. But when he returned, his heart stopped. Flames tore through the hut, the only shelter he had built. The one thing that made him feel human again, now nothing but burning wood and black smoke curling into the sky. He dropped to his knees, watching helplessly as the fire consumed everything he owned. Anger and despair crashed over him all at once. Looking up at the sky, he cried out, "God, I asked you for help, and this is what you give me." That night, with nothing left, he lay on the cold sand, feeling abandoned and defeated. But fate had one more surprise. At sunrise, the man awoke to a sound he hadn't heard in weeks' voices. He looked toward the shore and froze. A ship was anchored nearby. Real, living people were lowering a small boat into the water, heading straight toward him. Stumbling to his feet, he waved frantically, barely able to believe what he was seeing. When the sailors reached him, he blurted out the question burning in his mind. "How did you even know I was here?" The captain pointed toward the sky and said, "We saw your fire signal from miles away. We knew someone needed help." For a moment, the man just stood there, speechless. The fire, the one he thought had ruined everything, was the very thing that saved his life. The smoke rising from his burning hut had been the signal that brought the ship to his island. What he saw as the worst moment of his life was actually the answer to his prayers all along. His anger melted into gratitude as he realized the truth. Sometimes what feels like destruction is actually the beginning of your rescue. Life has a way of breaking our plans into pieces, only to build something bigger than we ever imagined. When doors slam shut, when everything feels lost, it's easy to think we've been abandoned. But sometimes, the very thing we curse in the moment turns out to be the blessing we were waiting for. So the next time your plans fall apart, remember this man on the island. His greatest disaster became his greatest rescue. Maybe yours will too.